determine algebraically if the point 2 square root of 2 lies on the circle x plus 3 squared plus y squared equals 27. You've heard the geometry teachers recommend that you use Desmos frequently throughout the year, and certainly on this problem it's no different. However, I am going to use a calculator on this one, and then as we go through problem number 6, I will get a lot more into Desmos again. But as we take a look at this problem here, what we're doing is we're going to take the value of 2, and we're going to put it in for x, and we're going to take the square root of 2, and we're going to put it in for y. So we're going to put it back into this equation. So this one's going to be 2 plus 3 squared, and then we're going to put the square root of 2 in for the y squared, and the question is, does that equal 27? Well, if we pull out the calculator here, parentheses, and it would be the same keystrokes in Desmos. 2 plus 3 squared plus, then it's going to be, I'm going to put parentheses, square root of 2, arrow, close the parentheses, squared. And when we press enter here, what we want is we want this value to equal the 27. And sure enough, it does. And because when we type that in, it equals 27, then yes, this point, 2 square root of 2, lies on the circle. But now I will switch over to Desmos, and problem number 6. For each circle below, state the center and the radius, then write the equation in standard form, and graph the circle on the grid provided. So I'm going to make the grid a little bit bigger here, but again, let me highly recommend that you use Desmos, both now on the OST test and on any test or quiz that you take on this. So when we go over here, I have some information typed into Desmos already, but I'm going to pull up the first one here, wrong picture there, but we'll get closer. So the first one, checking to see if I typed it in correctly, but I'm going to turn it back on, is x squared minus 12x plus y squared plus 10y plus 52, and we get this circle. And luckily I can move this around a little bit. And one other thing that I just learned is I've been telling you that you can just go back up here and you can click on that, and then you get these gray dots that show up on the circle. Well, it turns out you can also just click on the actual circle here that's graphed, and it will also give you those gray points. So now this is very similar to something that we've already done. When you look at this circle here, there's the lowest point on the circle and the highest point on the circle. They're gray dots. And when we count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our diameter of the circle is 6. And what we really need is the radius, and the radius is half of that value, which is 3. And then when we count 1, 2, 3, this is the center of our circle. And when we take a look at this here, it looks like the center of our circle is 6, negative 5. Now, the nice thing is you can write that on your paper. I need to erase this and then go back to the smartboard file, which is what I will do. Again, what we just came up with is we said the center was 6, negative 5. The radius is 3. And once we know that, we're going to fill that value back into x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared is r squared. This is h. This is k. So it's x minus 6 quantity squared plus y minus a negative 5. 20 squared equals 3 squared. We can make that look a little bit better here. Double negative, which is a positive, and we end up with x minus 6 squared plus y plus 5 squared equals 9. Same idea. We'll go back to Desmos. We'll type this value in. I'm coming back over here to Desmos. I'll turn off the first one. Turn on the second one. Make sure that I typed it in correctly. And again, we can move our circle around. And once again, if you click on the circle, you still get the gray dots. So I was going back into the equation, but I just learned that you can click on the circle and get those gray dots. And now we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The lowest gray dot to the highest gray dot. Diameter is 10. And we don't need the diameter, we need the radius. The radius is half of that. From the bottom point here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's going to be our center point. So when we identify our center here, it is negative 4 and 2. Again, I'm going to erase this. You can write that on your paper, but I need to go back to my smartboard file to write that in my paper. And we just said negative 4, 2. Our radius is 5. And I'm going to fill this information back into x minus h, 20 squared, plus y minus k, 20 squared, equals r squared. So filling that in, it's x minus a negative 4, 20 squared, plus y minus 2, 20 squared, equals 5 squared. Let's make it look a little bit better. Double negative gives us a positive. And this is x plus 4, 20 squared, plus y minus 2, 20 squared, equals 25. Let us see. Once again, as I make this a little bit bigger, what we want to do is we want to figure out what the center and the radius is. And we're going to type this into Desmos. So I'll turn this circle off and turn this one on, checking very quickly to make sure that I typed it in correctly. So here we've got our circle, and again, you can click on the circle to get these gray dots, and then we can identify what our diameter is by counting from the lowest gray dot to the highest gray dot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The diameter is 12, which means that our radius is 6. Again, counting from the bottom gray dot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You could have counted from the top gray dot, for that matter. There's our center that we want to identify, so we can write the equation. And the center is negative 4, 3. And again, you can write that down on your paper. I have to erase and then go back to my file. But we come up over here, and what we've got, negative 4, 3. Our radius is 6, and we're going to fill that back into x minus h, 20 squared, plus y minus k, 20 squared, equals r squared. That equation will not be provided for you, so you need to know that to be able to go back and put this 4 back in where it needs to go, and this 3 back in where it needs to go. So this is x minus a negative 4, 20 squared, plus y minus 3, 20 squared, equals 6 squared. And then we can make this look a little bit better with the double negative as a positive. And we get x plus 4 pointed squared plus y minus 3 pointed squared equals 36. By the way, I'm supposed to have been graphing these, so let me at least graph this one here. Negative 4, 3. And when we graph, what we want to do is we're going to count up from that center point, in this case 6, the distance of the radius. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to count right, 6. Sorry, it's not going to be there. We're counting from the radius, from the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From the center, we're going to go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to go left 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do the best you can to draw a circle.